Is the presentation on? No? So, okay, here we go. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure being here. I'm going to tell you how we bring edge-based computer vision AI to cars now as part of the drive to autonomous driving and for safety, and we'll take it from there. So a little bit about Eyesight. We are well known and recognized for the work we're doing in embedded vision, embedded AI, neural networks, on-device, on-edge processing, with a lot of different awards and recognition. Let's look at some recent news, guys and girls. A lot of fatal accidents in autopilot mode, in testing, with the driver, by the steering wheel. It's becoming dangerous, okay? Even that it's less accidents per mile than a normal driver, it's the computer. So it's becoming kind of an unknown area. And today in Tesla, if you have a Tesla, you know that when you move to an autopilot, you need to acknowledge that you are alert. And this is how people do that, as an example, okay? Emulating the fact that they're holding the steering wheel, taking a big risk. The technology is getting there, it's still not there. Hence, in-car vision, in-car computer vision, in-car deep learning is becoming mandatory, to the level that even Euro NCAP, in the roadmap that is coming now, put it as a mandatory requirement for 2020, driver monitoring, understanding the driver as part of the drive to autonomous cars. And by 2022, full occupancy understanding, because think you're going to be in a vehicle, sitting sideways, sitting in front of each other, airbags don't know how to handle it. And if they don't know how to handle it, they understand kind of a medium-sized person, dummies. We need to think about what's happening inside the cabin. So there's a very strong drive. We're working with the industry, with tier ones, with OEMs, with the aftermarket, how to bring it. So really two drivers. One is today, safety. I met in New York on Monday, one of the biggest fleet companies for Uber. So Uber don't own the vehicle, as we know. In some cases, the driver owns the vehicle, but in big cities, there are fleet companies that the drivers lease the cars from. They're paying $1 million a month on claims, insurance claims, because of accidents. A month, insurance claims. Unbelievable, for about 10,000 cars. It's a lot of money. So there's an immediate requirement to make roads safer. For us as drivers, in countries like China, Japan, Korea, for trucks and buses, this is becoming regulation, okay? And then, on the other hand, we have the autonomous driving drivers. And this is from Yule, a well-known consultancy. They look at it as feet off, hands off, eyes off, mind off. And from eyes off, understanding what's happening inside the cabin is becoming mandatory. So the whole industry is moving that way, okay? Very important. So the solution is really having very sophisticated, highly accurate, responsive, private in-car sensing, in-car vision. And the way we tackle it, we build an AI platform that run on very low processing power. We don't need GPUs, we don't need cloud computing, we don't send any images, anything, anywhere. It's all real-time, very high frame rate that gives a whole wide range of solutions, from understanding head pose, and I'll show you a demo shortly, eyelids, pupils, dilation. We're doing now a project with a company that has a breathalyzer that if you are an offender, you have to install in your car, and you cannot start the car without breathing into it, okay? And that's it, it's finished. So there's fraud, there's no face recognition. We can monitor even down to pupil dilation, okay, to understand if there's an unsafe driver on the road. So there's a lot of requirements. These are all now from the industry, projects, SOPs, so start of production 2020, coming now, and also in aftermarket. So the way we do it, a little bit about technology, we pioneered methods of building very small neural networks combined with computer vision algorithm that work on off-the-shelf, low-power processors. We don't need strong graphical GPUs, we don't need cloud computing, we don't need strong servers. Everything is locally at higher frame rate, real-time, no storage, private, no images kept. So we are taking a whole new approach to solving this problem. And again, I'll show you a demo how we run 6 neural networks on a face of a driver to bring this huge high level of accuracy where you can actually locate the camera even in the rear view mirror from the side. What it brings is really an enhanced safety and enhanced experience into the car. We look at drowsiness, we look in inattentiveness, okay? So not just getting tired, but I'm not focused on the road. I'm looking at my mobile phone. And we all do that. And I bet you that most of the people in the room, including myself, almost had accidents because of that, okay? It's a fact. We look at gaze, both from attention and from HMI. We are at such high level of accuracy, you can start activating things in your heads-up display, for example, using gaze. And personalization, this is also a requirement. Who is the driver? Is it the driver that is the Uber driver that picked you up is the one who's registered, for example? Okay? On the device, locally, nothing in the cloud. Demographic, we've learned from the OEMs, above 70-year-old, the bone structure is such that airbags become very dangerous. Male and female might need a different impact, okay? So there's a lot of requirements coming from the industry and moving to full occupancy and posture to really understand that we didn't forget a child, is there an animal, and I'll show you some of the roadmap that is coming to the industry. And we're even doing projects where we do touch-free interaction. So let me share this with you, just to give an idea, and I don't have a way to point, but I'll explain. If we start from the top left corner, kind of, so we detect, and this is all real-time, immediate interaction, low-power ARM processors, 3D reconstruction, we get age information, gender information, face ID. We do 3D tracking, so we actually build a 3D model using a single camera of your head that allows us not only motion, but actually distance. We can measure the distance from the steering wheel. Okay, that's important as well. We build a neural network for each eye. I'll show it to you, so you can actually track gaze from the side. We look not only in open or closed eyelids, we look at velocity, so we can predict tiredness with glasses, without glasses. Let me see if it's working here so I can actually share it with you. Are we on? Okay. So here we have just a normal infrared camera, okay? And you can see the speed of tracking, immediate detection, okay? We're running here 6 neural networks on my face. So it detected here male age, it's the right age. You can see 3D tracking of my head, very, very strong tracking. Even from the side, you can see it's still tracking my eyes, okay? So actually we built here, if you see these little eyes, these are my eyes. So each person is different. Each eye structure is different. It doesn't mean that someone is 50% open, 40% open. We normalize, we learn the eyes of each person in real time. You can see this blue graph here. So it's not just looking at open or close, it's actually looking at the velocity of the eyelids. If I was with glasses, it will tell me I'm with glasses. Here we have pupil dilation. So actually, if I come closer, you can see the dilation of my pupil. Okay? So just to give an idea of how we employ real-time 6 neural networks on a low-power device to enable this kind of technology at very low cost. So we actually use the processors already available in the car, in the infotainment, in the instrument cluster, to bring this kind of technology to cars today. There's a big future here. So it's not just this kind of application. We have roadmaps from the car manufacturers, from the T1s, moving from driver to full occupancy, identification, emotions, expressions, understand objects, understand health, heart rate, respiration, and looking at voice support, we can actually track, for example, tiny lip motion. So who is it talking in the car? And then direct the microphones. So, you know, car are cost sensitive. We think it's an expensive product, but the drive for cost is as important as consumer electronics. So if we can bring more capabilities using a simple kind of solution, then we make the customers very, very happy, and this is what we're running for. So a bit about the company. Except the awards, we've been doing this for a while, so we've been developing, you know, today it's very sexy, AI, deep learning, all cloud-based, very sexy. We've been developing embedded, low-power, $4 CPUs, running very sophisticated algorithms for 7-8 years now. We are about 60 people. We have many patents, over 20 patents granted already. We've been in many, many different devices and products. We've raised a bunch of money. We work with companies like Sony, NTT, LG. Many companies use our products. Although the main focus is automotive, and this is what we are working on, we do have projects, and again, same methodology of on-device, real-time, low power, low cost, full privacy, nothing in the cloud, nothing is stored. In viewer analytics, in IoT devices, so in Sony devices and other devices, they use our technology. And it's an exciting time, you know, after years of developing and educating, it's exciting time to actually see the market demanding what we've been building for so many years. And it's a pleasure being here, and I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll be around. Thank you so much.